dreaming of cobblestone streets, ancient castles, and maybe just a tiny bit of that amazing European chocolate. Yeah, me too. But that dream can quickly turn into a nightmare when you start adding up the costs. Flights, accommodation, food. It can feel impossible. But what if I told you that experiencing the magic of Europe doesn't have to break the bank? What if you could explore stunning destinations without emptying your savings account? In this video, we're cracking the code on budget travel in Europe. We're talking about seeing iconic landmarks, indulging in local cuisine, and soaking up the culture, all while sticking to a $50 a day budget. Forget fancy hotels and Michelin star restaurants. We're diving into practical tips and tricks that real travelers use to stretch their euros. We'll cover everything from finding affordable accommodation and delicious cheap eats to navigating transportation and scoring free activities. Get ready to unlock the secrets to your own European adventure without the hefty price tag. Alright, let's talk about how. Budget travel hacks. Experiencing Europe on $50 a day actually came to life. It wasn't an overnight sensation, that's for sure. It really began with my own frustrations. Years ago, backpacking around Europe felt like a code I couldn't crack. Everyone else seemed to know the secrets to affordable adventures, and I was constantly overspending and missing out. I kept meticulous notes, desperately trying to figure out what worked and what didn't. That notebook became the first draft of what eventually became the guide. I wasn't thinking about a video series back then, just a resource for myself, and maybe a few friends. The turning point was a particularly disastrous trip to Amsterdam where I blew my budget on the first day. Back home, defeated, I started organizing my notes and realized there was real, practical advice buried in there. I showed it to a friend, a seasoned traveler named Sarah, and her reaction was gold. She said, "This is what everyone needs." Quote, Sarah pushed me to actually share it with the world. She helped me structure the information, make it more digestible, and think about different learning styles. She's the unsung hero behind all of this. Then came the hard part, testing and refining. I revisited my favorite European cities, armed with my own advice, and pushed the budget even further. I tracked my expenses, explored alternative options for accommodation and food, and really drilled down into the nitty-gritty details. It wasn't until I had consistently proven that I could travel comfortably and enjoyably on $50 a day that I felt confident enough to share it more widely. And that's how the idea transformed from a personal travel diary into the video series you're watching today. So, how are these budget travel hacks actually used today? And what kind of impact are they having? Well, the internet has democratized travel planning. No longer are budget trips solely the domain of seasoned backpackers. You'll find families, solo adventurers, students, and even retirees using these strategies to explore Europe without breaking the bank. Think Instagram feeds filled with stunning photos from places like Budapest or Lisbon, all captioned with tips on finding affordable accommodation or free walking tours. That's the power of shared knowledge in action. The impact is multifaceted. Firstly, it promotes more sustainable tourism. When people aren't compelled to book expensive all-inclusive resorts, they're more likely to support local businesses, eat at family-run restaurants, and engage with the culture in a more authentic way. Secondly, it makes travel more accessible. A $50 a day budget opens up Europe to a whole new demographic, fostering cross-cultural understanding and broadening perspectives. Imagine a student from a small town in the US using these hacks to spend a semester studying abroad. In Spain, an experience that would have been financially impossible just a few years ago. Finally, it fuels the sharing economy. Budget travelers are more likely to use platforms like Airbnb for accommodation, BlaBlaCar for ride-sharing, and local apps for finding deals on food and activities. This supports local economies, reduces waste, and promotes a more collaborative approach to travel. In essence, these budget travel hacks are not just about saving money. They're about changing the way we travel and experience the world. So, there you have it. We've covered some serious ground in making that European dream a reality without breaking the bank. Remember, focusing on free activities, choosing budget-friendly accommodation like hostels or guest houses, and embracing local eats instead of tourist traps are your keys to unlocking Europe on a $50 a day budget. Plus, don't forget the power of public transport and, whenever possible, walking. Budget travel is only getting more popular, with a growing community of resourceful adventurers sharing tips and tricks online, and more affordable options becoming available. Experiencing Europe on a shoestring is easier than ever before. The future of travel is definitely leaning towards accessibility and authentic experiences, not just luxury and high costs. Loved these hacks? Want to see more budget travel guides and destination deep dives? Then make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We've got tons more content planned to help you explore the world without emptying your wallet. Let us know in the comments where you're planning to travel next.